I'm Stuart Craner. Today I'm talking to Jonas Ridder, the funkiest man in Sweden, author of Funky Business, and co-author of Fast Forward, a new book came out recently with Julian Birkinshaw. What's the premise of Fast Forward, Jonas?
The premise of the book is that although we've seen this gradual shift from bureaucracies to meritocracies, and in many ways a meritocracy is a nice organization to work in, but there's also a risk with only focusing on knowledge, the intellectual stuff, and especially these days with big data and all the possibilities for doing analysis up and down and all around, that you get a very sterile kind of decision environment, that you get stuck in situations where you basically don't do, you only talk and you discuss. So the premise of the book is that for many different reasons, we need organizations capable of decisive action backed by emotional engagement. We need to start doing stuff because at the end of the day, that's what we're paid for.
You've just spoken at the European Business Forum about the importance of the role of women in innovation and how that companies need to get more women involved, and you seem optimistic that things are changing.
It is. I mean, if you look at sort of the very basic level of education, it's so obvious that throughout the world, women are studying to an extent that we haven't really seen before. We know what young women are up to. We can see it in the statistics. What the young guys are doing, we don't know. Maybe Sky Sports, drinking beer, playing World of Warcraft, but they're not studying to the extent that they used to. And of course, already today, a lot of companies are suffering from a shortage of talent, and in the years to come, even more so. And they will have to go fish in a talent gene pool that is radically different from the one they're used to. So organizations will either adapt to the new situation or they will go out of business.
And your books, Funky Business, Karaoke Capitalism, were huge international bestsellers. How do you think they actually changed the way people manage and lead and view business?
I think primarily they were books that got people who were not interested in business interested in the topic. And I think we wrote the books at a point in time when so many decisions had ended up in the laps of people, decisions that historically had been taken by their parents or by the church or by the government. And I think it basically armed people with a framework for making somewhat smarter decisions for themselves and people around them when it came to economic issues.
And what does the European Business Forum mean to you?
It's an opportunity for Europeans to get together and think about Europe beyond the Eurovision Song Contest, which is now right around the corner. Because what we need truly in Europe is a Eurovision, much more so than a Eurovision Song Contest. We need to have an idea that represents Europe, not the least right now when you guys, the Brits, have decided to exit.
Jonas, thank you.
Thank you.